So let's drink.
All right. Let's. Who wants the intro?
Not me. Not tonight.
I guess it's
We're
me.
at
Dude.
I'll do the intro. Who's got last call?
You do.
Isn't it all last
You
call?
made it up.
You made it up, yeah.
Hey,
Whole
I
thing's
took the last call at Field of Dreams. Come on now.
We'll just call the whole thing last call.
I think the whole thing is. It's the end of the year.
There you go.
The last
So
call for the
Elton.
year.
Come on now.
Come on now.
66.
66.
Do you have the
Ooh.
script?
Yeah.
Not all of us have it memorized. Hey everybody, welcome back to Bourbon Boys, the podcast where guys get together to talk about bourbon, about life, lore, and libation, and everything that comes with being a dad. We aren't bourbon snobs, at least not every day. Just a group of guys who like bourbon for what it is and how it tastes. Pretty simple. This is podcast number 66. I'm Krat, and with me are my bourbon boys, Alton.
Hey.
Kurt.
Hey.
And Do.
Yippee-ki-yay.
All right. Yippee-ki-yay.
Mappy Chris Mahana Kwanzaa.
So tonight we've got a little bit of a wiggle and a waggle from what we normally do, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna let Alton kind of tee up tonight's theme since he used his creative free time. I try not to comment on your free time too much because it makes everyone else at the table incredibly jealous.
Except he's like, hey, I got an idea. And we're like, okay. Crickets.
It's all about building anticipation.
2 days later, I'm like, where the hell did he go?
Well, he sent it right before. He probably sent it right before nap time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
Before I go to sleep, let me send this out.
but anyways,
I know you have the phone in your hand. You just send it out.
Exactly. Just message me, please.
So in the spirit of Christmas, Alton, tell us what your creative genius came up with.
Yeah, the whole idea is there's obviously Christmas traditions, and part of the Christmas traditions are movies and the characters in the movies and their stories and who they are and who they become. So the thought was each of us were assigned a character from a Christmas movie.
Yep.
The idea is you've watched the movie, you've seen the character. For that person's character, not the actor, the character themselves, you're going to kind of raise a glass with them. So
cool.
Everybody was to pick a bourbon and again talk about in a toast manner as if they're here at the table with us.
I love it.
So yeah, it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It could be a train wreck, but
could be. Never know.
but there's bourbon.
Happen.
There's bourbon here on the table, so that's all that matters.
That's right.
You can't go wrong. You got the good company and bourbon.
Ish. So I don't think we want Kurt to go first. I think
No, but I want to circle back because I want to go back to your doorbell video because I want to see the look on his face when we told him we were recording at my house tonight.
we're here.
Well, the best was, didn't you read the text? I'm like, oh no,
Yeah, right. Exactly.
not that loop again.
God. Yeah.
Always
the
fall for
last
that
thing you
one.
want. The last thing you want is for Kurt to ask you, "Didn't you read the text?"
Exactly.
Yes, but did I interpret it right?
That's right.
Probably not.
Ouch.
Do all the fat fingering.
Ouch. I'm trying to get better. I go back and edit.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a start.
I haven't really noticed it recently.
When's that?
That's because you don't read my text.
There's lots of extra F's in there, I found.
Not seeing a huge improvement on the text index there. But,
Coming from somebody who sends one every 3 months.
hey, but they're
He's
really good
on the
when they
limited
come out
data
there.
plan.
You're like,
That's right.
You should have seen him looking for your phone number when he was trying to call you. I like, you do have his contact information, don't you?
It's somewhere. Somewhere.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recently have been having like some major like tech brain farts. Like I'll look at my phone and go, what do I do now? It's like I'm getting old. It kind of sucks. All right. So
He's like, I should be able to find it out of these 4 contacts I have.
Yeah, exactly. Mom, no.
Mom.
Do you have the jitterbug phone for the old people? Like it's got big fat
no,
pictures of your
it's all
kids
good.
on it.
I just all of my
Found returned to this guy.
Jeez Louise. Who
They
is-
need to come out with a
I'm not
phone
even
like the
I'm
big
not even
calculator.
the oldest among all of us, am I?
No.
What?
Yeah, you're the oldest.
September '68.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was quick.
next.
Yeah. Album's up. You got a birthday coming up in a few weeks, right?
Yeah.
26.
Yeah.
26. I'm
Yeah.
the baby here,
Boxing
right?
Day. You are. Yep.
Fucking
Whatever.
baby.
Yeah.
The baby retired first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't put
Last
baby
one
in-
to start, first one out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got this one wrong.
This game sucks. I'm out.
Swing and a miss.
All right. So you want to do the setup of?
He just
How we
did.
Oh. All right.
Were you not listening?
I was listening. I didn't. Thought there may be more. but
Oh, did we finish? We didn't finish. I think I interrupted
No, I
you.
think we did.
No, I mean, I was.
Okay.
I think
it's
the
one
thing would
long
be
last
like,
call.
yeah, essentially,
Right?
that's it.
Yeah.
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 So do we need
Okay.
to intro that back in for your edits?
No. We're good. We're good. I'm
Yeah.
sure it'll all make sense.
One call. That's all.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You might need some more
So,
of these.
so
All right.
yeah, we'll
All.
introduce our characters.
Cool.
Make sure people understand the context of who they were, and remind each other
Yeah.
who they were, and then raise a class.
I'm down with that. All right. So, want me to go? Me to
Yeah.
kick it off?
Go.
Do you want me to kick it off?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
doing it by year of the movie came out, or just alphabetical?
I've done it. I'm giving all I've got.
All right. It's like it. So I had a very controversial Christmas movie, Die Hard.
It's a Christmas
Oh.
time
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. So Kurt's in the camp of it's a Christmas time movie because it happened on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
It was in the Nakatomi. Is that how you say it? Nakatomi
Yep.
Tower?
Yep.
Which I've stayed at a hotel next to the Nakatomi Hotel.
No way. It's a real
Yep,
place.
it's a real. Well, it's not called. The
Yeah.
building is a real building.
Yeah. Well, I figured that much.
Yeah.
Until they
It's not-
blew
not
until
called-
they blew it up, though. Didn't
couple
you see
times.
Didn't you see the end of the movie?
I did. But I was at an event with I think I was working for Kramer. I was at an event and we were staying next door. There's some Sheridan next door doing an event there. And they're like, you do know what that building is next door? I'm like, I have no idea. I'm like, that's the Nakatomi Tower. I'm like, so what? Like, no, Die Hard. And I forgot because that came out in 88.
Okay.
So senior year in high school.
Wow.
That came out. Or maybe freshman year in college. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably came out around Christmas time. I don't know. But the story is John McClane is a New York cop, and he's going out to L.A. to visit his estranged wife, Holly, and she has a Christmas party at the Nakatomi Industries in the Nakatomi Tower, and he surprises her, shows up, and that's when everything goes sideways. So Nakatomi, for some reason, keeps hundreds of millions of dollars in U.S. bonds, I think,
Yeah. Yeah.
in a safe on property. So it's doomed from the beginning.
Red Iron doesn't do that?
No, we keep all that offsite.
Yeah.
Okay. Darn.
It's all in the cloud. It's crypto.
Crypto.
Worth nothing.
Good investment. Yeah.
And then Alan Rickman of Harry Potter fame
Yeah.
is Hans Gruber.
Very
And
good bad
Hans-
guy.
Yes, terrific bad guy. He comes with his odd lot of folks from Europe and South Africa. We're not quite sure where they're all from. But they are here to steal all of the paper that Nakatomi has in the safe. They've got to crack the safe. So they take the entire company hostage. A few people die. John is able to sneak out and out of the Christmas party, and then with the gun that he flew on the plane with.
Wow. Back in
he's
the
able-
day.
it's back
yeah.
in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was probably smoking too.
Peanuts.
Yeah,
They probably serve peanuts.
he was able to take them all down. So tonight I brought Bullet
Oh, yeah. There you go.
because there
very
was
nice. Lots
a
of bullets.
lot of
A
bullets.
lot of bullets. It's good.
I was looking for High West. So
Yeah.
in the movie, he starts communicating on the outside with the police.
Yeah.
And they're like, who are you? And he's like, I don't want to say my name. And he's also communicating with Hans Gruber. And so he's like, Hans Gruber said, so you're like some tough American like I've seen in the movies, like a John Wayne or, Clint Eastwood. And he goes, no, I'm more like Roy Rogers, so you can call me Roy. And that's where Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, came from.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then the last line that he says to Hans is, Happy Trails, Hans. As he lets him go
Lets
off
him
the side of the
go,
building.
yeah.
So I went into the ABC today because I ran out of bourbon, and
Yeah, we're all looking at the shelf of bourbon.
Yeah.
I have nothing from the Wild West, but I was looking for High West.
Yeah.
And apparently North Carolina is becoming a dry state, according to the ABC shelves
Yeah.
that I saw
wow.
today. It was really disappointing.
Yeah.
It was like,
Come to Mooresville.
yeah, I should have
Good
taken the drive up.
selection. Yeah.
But High West was only available in rye, not bringing it in.
Yeah.
But High West was my goal. I was like, I want to get a
Yeah.
High West and talk about how his character was really referring to some older, Western stars.
Yeah.
And so next best was Bullet, because they went through a shit ton of bullets
Yes.
Yeah. It's good.
and all of that. And I know we've done Bullet in the past.
Yep.
We did the Bullet 10 year in the episode 10.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is the barrel strength. So this one's coming
nice.
in as an uncut barrel strength. It's coming in at 120 proof.
Nice.
Yep. And I know we really like the 10 year
Yeah.
better than just the standard.
Yeah.
Right.
But same history about it's a fictitious brand made up about the spirit of the West, kind of like a tin cup. But this one is haven't tried this one. Have not tried the
Let's pour it out.
the uncut limited edition, but we're gonna give it a shot.
Well, I like the it's hot. Very,
is.
very manly, like Mr. McClane
Yes.
would want it to be.
Yeah. However, if you remember in the movie, or maybe you don't, he was refreshing.
You can look at me when you say that.
Yeah. Or for Kurt. So there was a couple callbacks. He was on a plane and did not like to fly, and the guy beside him said, "Hey, when you land, instead of like a cup of coffee and a nap," he said, "just take your shoes off and stand on the carpet," which is weird because the carpet he's standing on is in a bathroom in Nakatomi Towers. It's like an executive bathroom that's fully carpeted. Gross.
Yeah.
And he said,
Probably gets replaced every day.
I would not want to be in there in the 80s. But he's like, you dig your toes into the carpet, like make little fists with your toes. So he's
So you really
so you can
need into that gross shit.
so you can take some stuff home with you. Well, the movie goes sideways. Machine guns in the lobby.
Yep.
He's hiding in the bathroom without shoes. Sneaks out. Never wears his shoes.
Oh, that's
So the entire movie he's running around barefoot.
All the glass.
And then Hans Gruber realizes he's barefoot and starts shooting all the glass in the office space. And so he's running through glass. This is an uncut bourbon. He was clearly cut.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But, being a brave mother after that as he is, this is one I think he would appreciate at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Outside.
It's warm.
Yeah.
I like the a lot of
We're starting hot.
cinnamon. A lot of cinnamon.
We might want to have ended with this.
I like that.
Yeah,
Let's
it
have a
does have
nice-
a
Really
cinnamon-y.
good.
Yeah.
A lot of cinnamon.
It's a good winter drink.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Well, it gets you right in the throat.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's good.
Where did
It's hot.
you found this at ABC?
I got this at ABC. I want to say it was $60.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad.
Well, that's
Nice.
good.
It was
I like
better than the $100 Panthers edition of Paragon by Southern Star.
Nice. Yeah.
Whoa. Seriously?
Although they were throwing in 2 season tickets and the ability to stand on the sideline and call plays with whoever's coaching this week.
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, so it was a pretty good premium.
I was going to say, that probably would have made it worthwhile.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a $200 bottle. You get to play quarterback.
Buy 2. Yeah, buy 2 and you get to suit up.
They actually might win.
This is good. I like this.
That's very
Yeah.
good.
And I really was excited when you sent that text over saying, all right, we're going to go back and look at some Christmas movies that perhaps we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you what decade I saw Die Hard in the last time. So it's been a while.
It has been a while.
And every year it pops up, they're like, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
You think they made his
Christmas
wife
time.
be Holly for like Christmas reasons?
I think that was part of it. That was they were trying to get as close as they could.
Interesting.
So who's Santa Claus? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Not
Hans Gruber.
Nakatomi. He didn't last more than like 3 or 4 scenes. So it's pretty dark.
Is there a scene in there where he's sitting on the toilet and he can't get off because if he does, it's going to blow up? Or is
No, that's the Mel Gibson, Danny Glover.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Tequila Sunrise?
Nope.
No.
It's a whole nother series of
Oh, the
Right
the
now, people are
cop.
screaming at their podcast.
Yeah.
It's blah blah blah.
What was that? That was the that cop in the title, right? Kurt's
Beverly Hills Cop. No.
Kurt's in the Google truck.
It was the Lethal Weapon
Lethal
series.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. Sorry,
There we go.
everybody.
There we go.
You're all right.
Yeah.
Everyone yelling Lethal Weapon.
Same thing, just different actors. That's all.
That was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but this was it was good. It was funny because it was a lot, a violent movie in the 80s
Yeah.
doesn't hold up to a violent movie.
Yeah.
No, like
In
9-year-olds are
2023.
probably watching it.
Yeah.
It was pretty mild.
There was no entrails or anything like that.
No,
It was like,
no,
you
no.
shoot him, he's dead. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow. There's
yeah.
blood on the window.
Entrails with the bare feet. He would have
Yeah.
slipped. It
Oh,
would
yeah.
have been bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've seen it, but that's one of those movies that it's hard to go past when you're flipping.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and
you
you
can
hit
stay
it. I
with
just
it.
go and see where it's at in
Yeah.
the movie. Then it's like,
He's a
hour
great
later.
actor.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to Moonlight and that series,
yeah.
which that series is now coming out on streaming.
I
and
saw that.
And the reason why it's taken so long is licensing, because there's so much music. It was one of the few sitcoms that had
popular music.
popular music
Oh,
and,
wow.
and a lot of it per episode.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
And they were doing it by calling whoever they knew in the band. Hey, can we use your song? They're like, yeah, this is fine. So there's no documentation
So
at
they all
all.
went,
Oh,
they had to
wow.
all go back.
So now in streaming, they're like, who's got the release form? And they're like, what are you talking about?
And he was a PI in that show.
Yeah.
And what was her deal?
I think she ran I think it was a
She ran
PI
the
thing, and
agency.
she ran the agency.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Remember they used to show her almost like in a haze.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't like
Little Vaseline on the
Yeah,
eyes.
exactly. Yeah.
She was always kind of had that
Soft
little
focus.
fuzzy look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was smoking though.
Yeah.
Was there
She
Sybil?
did all right. Shepherd.
Sybil Shepherd. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right. Did you see that, Kurt? Did you watch Moonlighting?
Nope.
Did you watch TV?
But that was a
we
good
couldn't
one.
afford that either.
Yeah. The Packers game were only on Sunday. What were you watching?
Radio.
You're watching the radio.
We were listening to the radio.
He was
Speaking
watching
of those Packers, they're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice little middle finger to Aaron Rodgers, which gives
There
me
you
great
go.
pleasure.
There you go. All right.
There was a movie that was shot in Hopedale with Bruce Willis.
No way.
Yeah, they had an old mill that was torn down, and
What drew them to Hopedale?
I don't know. I think it was just scouting, and they needed a post-apocalyptic looking mill. Yeah, one of those. There's not much else in this town, but you want an old mill that's contaminated in machine oil?
There you go.
How about this one?
Follow me. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, watch your head.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
The movies, the talkies.
I know what you're the talkies.
The talkies.
I know we're talking about movies.
With
I
air
just don't know
quotes.
what movies you're talking about. So
The surrogates.
The Surrogates.
What's the
There you
surrogate?
go.
All right, you got
Yeah.
it.
Yep. So we got
Very
that one.
good.
So I was probably a couple hundred yards from Bruce Willis at the
There you go.
as a close connection.
Well, if you would have told
That's all I
him you
got.
stayed at Nakatomi Plaza, then
I was
you'd be
like-
like,
I think that was after. Yeah, we had nothing in common.
Yeah.
Nothing to talk about. It was awkward. Do
But you surely like.
you have any good hotels in L.A.?
Can I smell your toes?
But yeah, why don't you have your
I'd be
shoes
afraid.
on?
Yeah, sure. So
boy.
yeah, when I saw again, wanted the Old West or the High West.
I think he did great, dude.
I think
but
so. I think
Bullet was
yeah.
a good strong second.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, it's like just Bullet's just kind of a rugged kind of
Yep.
bourbon.
Yeah.
Fits the character.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think it cleans out a wound too pretty well. It's got some
it probably could.
60% alcohol.
It probably could.
doing all right.
What? I'm sorry. What is the proof on it?
120.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's hot.
It is
Coming in
hot.
hot.
I
It is
felt
hot.
that.
Uncut.
I actually.
It
Yeah.
feels good.
Yeah.
Nice in the chest.
Mhm.
Good finish.
Mhm.
It's bonfire bourbon.
They should make
Yeah.
like Vicks Vapor rub out of stuff like this. So when you rub that on your chest, so you're smelling the bourbon and
You
not
could.
that- so-
You might want to try it.
Kurt, next time you get a cold, just call me. I'll come over.
okay.
You gonna rub his chest?
I'll rub his chest with my stinky toes. Man. That's what I'll do.
Oh my god!
I'll make sure I knead him in that bathroom carpet.
Totally going the wrong way.
Yes,
Seriously.
indeed.
Oh my god!
All right, so there you go. Die Hard, 1988.
Yeah.
Great Christmas movie. You might not want to watch it with the kids.
All right.
I like it. I like it.
Who's up?
All right, I'll go next. We'll finish with you, gents. So I had the movie Scrooged, which who all has seen Scrooged here? Everybody but Kurt.
Well, I don't know if Scrooged is different than The Scrooge. So
Right, it's Scrooged.
Scrooged.
I have not
yeah.
seen Scrooged.
Yes, it does. So it was about the same time. It was either 88 or 89 as well. It's a current take on the Charles Dickens classic. So the Scrooge character is very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Murray plays the role of Frank Cross, who is essentially Scrooge.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the stereotypical, egotistical, all about me, all about profit, all about fancy things, no time for the little guys, etc. And then he gets visited by the Christmas ghost. So it starts out, his former boss, who had died, I think, 7 years before, shows up in his office, and he's clearly just climbed out of the casket. He's falling apart. It's kind of funny the way they depicted it. But he warns him that, hey, I wasted my life. You still got time. Get your act together, or you'll be sorry. So then the three ghosts show up. Of course, Christmas past, Christmas present, and the scariest of all, Christmas future. So it's good, not great. I remembered it being better than it was. I didn't find myself laughing a lot. I like Bill Murray, some of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different character for him.
Yeah, it was because the sarcasm didn't come off as humor. It just came off as a jackleg.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. Of course, there was a love interest. I can't remember the actress's name, but Claire. They had been together. Karen Allen.
I've got the Google truck.
Oh, I was going to say, Jesus, you are.
I'm not that good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're young lovebirds, and he's focused on his career. And he has it one night have to make a choice between going to the committed dinner with Claire or sucking up to the big boss at the studio, and he chooses the studio. And that's the end of that. And her love title for him or what it was Lumpy. So she had to say goodbye to Lumpy on Christmas, and he never recovered, and it was a jackleg, and it was on, as you would expect. But then Christmas Future, or the ghost of Christmas Future, he sees, of course, himself in a casket by himself being pushed into the crematorium and freaks out. It's only his brother is there. Nobody else cares or is worried about him. So miraculously, he wakes up. Bob Goldthwait is a character in it as well. He really did a good job, actually, for me not remembering that he was in it. So he was kind of the victim of Frank's rudeness. He fired him on Christmas Eve. And then his life quickly spirals. He becomes an alcoholic. His wife leaves him and moves away because he's now a loser over a matter of hours or whatever. But so he shows back up at the studio with a shotgun trying to eliminate Frank Cross, and they become allies, and it's a
Bobcat Goldthwait.
yeah,
right?
okay, yeah,
Oh, yeah. That crazy voice.
That voice, yeah, I was going to say, that was the thing that amazed me. He I forgot that he was in that voice all the time.
It's a lot.
It's not like, who's the guy who smashes the Gallagher?
Yeah.
He makes the weird voice when he was smashing the watermelons, but Bobcat was in this voice the whole time.
Stuck in it.
Yeah. So anyway, happy ending, much like the real Ebenezer Scrooge. He realizes at the right time on Christmas, while they're doing a live broadcast of the show, he takes over, steps in front of the camera. Bobcat, with his shotgun, is holding the booth in check, and he pours out his heart to all the things that he's done wrong, all the people he's screwed over, and how much he still loves Claire. She jumps in a cab from across town. She makes it there just in time for the dramatic kiss at the end.
Yeah.
So, and there's a Tiny Tim story where miraculously there's a healing as well. I'm not going to spoil it all for everybody.
I was going to say, Kurt may not need to watch the movie
watch
now.
list.
Yeah. So again, what I appreciate about the movie, my character was Frank Cross, who was essentially Ebenezer Scrooge. And so what my takeaway from him was, Frank, I'm glad to see you appreciating life, appreciating people, being thankful, not being so arrogant and rude anymore. So now what I want you to appreciate is some bottom shelf bourbon. You've had your time with the Pappies and all the fancies. Now, Frank, let me see your joy as you have the Henry McKenna. Not
sour
Henry
mash?
McKenna 10-year.
Yeah.
It is a
The
sour mash. Henry McKenna.
You try
This
first.
It's a solid 80 proof, too, so it's not going to be too hot.
How's that commercial
Solid
go?
80.
Give it to Mikey. He likes everything.
This is
Solid proof? What does that mean?
bourbon of podcast
Solid
past.
80. Yes.
It's a solid 80
A solid 80 proof.
Guys,
with a screw cap.
we all have to pour the same amount
we
of
do.
that.
Okay,
yeah.
so
Oh,
I'm not pouring that much in my glass. What? So how much?
We'll say when.
You think how much was the bottle?
Yeah.
It was in the $20 category.
Oh, it's gone up.
Yeah.
It has.
Because this is in our under 10.
Yes.
And we started.
inflation, yeah.
And I still have that
It's trending.
bottle. I still have that bottle in my liquor cabinet.
I used mine cooking.
I want to say it was $17.99 maybe.
Yeah, you were paid.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Guys, I don't know what you guys are talking about. This bourbon still tastes like ass.
I don't know if ass is where I go, but
But you should be appreciative though.
I promise not to do anything bad. Just let me go back.
Man, it's rough.
That is rough.
I don't know if we ever looked up what. God.
There's just nothing to it. It's
when we
No,
did
Very medicinal.
when we did our 20 and under, did we have this one in that?
Oh yeah,
We did?
It's,
Okay.
still, it's still in my liquor cabinet, and it has not been touched since.
No. It's bad. Do we ever figure out what sour mash, like why they even put that on there? Because it's just like, well, this is what's left.
Yeah, it's the sour mash.
Just love the screw top bottle.
Exactly.
I love that you had it under wraps. Like, this was not revealed.
Oh yeah.
The rest of us have our bottles on the table. Alton had his under the table.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
wondering, like, where?
Yeah.
I know it's
What's
funny
coming
'cause
out?
when he was reading. I'm looking. I'm like, where's his bourbon?
Yep.
Yeah, there still could be a Trojan horse on the table. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But
I can't go back for a second sip. This is.
Oh, come on, you got to
I know.
finish off.
it is. Yeah. There's like no taste to it. It's a
Come
little
on, dude.
medicinal.
No,
Whatever we don't finish is going to go in the old legacy bottle.
Oh yeah,
or
okay.
the infinity
All right.
bottle.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yikes!
Yeah, that was the thing because I did rewatch the movie. I was trying to look for like a signature statement or something like
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it just wasn't really there.
Yeah. No, I think that this is a good one of repentance. This is what your life will be. This is the chain that Marley
Yeah,
forged.
exactly. Yes.
Oh God.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that's rough.
I didn't mean to pour that
the
much.
very little taste it has, it's not a good taste.
No. It's just weird. It's like
It's very
like
weird.
in the middle of it. It just goes.
It's just like rusty water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good description.
Yeah.
rusty water,
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
a nice color.
or it's like
rust.
someone's soaked a strap of leather in it or something.
Maybe
That could be.
McCain washed his feet after him.
There you go. There you go.
They squeezed it out of the bathroom
that's right.
carpet.
Well, I'll never think of that movie the same way.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So,
Oh, that's hilarious.
all right.
Hilarious.
Well played, Alton.
Yeah,
well
very
played.
Ah.
Well played. God.
Tune's firing on all cylinders.
He's hot tonight.
Yes.
He's hot
Well,
tonight.
he
Unlike
is-
the bourbon he
he-
brought.
he is hot
He's
tonight.
Yeah.
So
Well, make room on your
maybe
shelf.
I'll-
Yeah. You got room on your shelf for this one?
No, we're full.
We're full.
We're finally full.
No room in the inn.
Nah,
Quick,
I
Dave,
think
put
we
my-
need to
put my
find a
bullet
place
on
when
the
he's
shelf.
not looking.
Yeah.
Ugh. I still have the old Nick Williams, so I'm doing my time.
Oh yeah.
I think I did old was it old granddad or
Mhm. I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
yeah.
And I had Ezra Brooks.
Where's Clover? Clover,
I
somebody.
think I brought that one. It was nasty.
Clover always seems to come up.
Clover was not a cheap bottle either.
No.
The ONW wasn't a cheap bottle either, was
No.
it? The
No.
Doug Williams?
That was bad.
Yeah.
God, I hope they're doing better.
Yeah.
Let's not find out. All right.
I don't know who this audience is. Like, who is buying this enough that they're like, well, bring another box out.
Yeah,
because,
keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I could think of a few, but I don't want to state it on the podcast.
Well, it's kind of interesting. I mean, think about it. The Henry McKenna, the 10-year, the bottled in bond is actually a good.
Right over
it's
there.
a good pours. I mean,
Really
it's
good.
a huge jump from that.
Yes, it is.
I know, it's like
This is a good
Yeah.
example of a brand trying to be something for everybody.
true.
Maybe. Oof. But who is this?
I don't know.
$17.
Well, if you leave it in the bag,
Yeah, if you leave it in the
Does it taste
bag, that may be your target.
that may be your
there.
audience.
All right.
I also, I
That's
mean,
the
I love
carrying case?
I love the fact that it's just all brown. Like the cap is brown, the label's brown. Like everything is just
Reflective of shit.
Yeah. But you gotta make sure the top's screwed on.
Yeah. Screw this
It's a
around.
plastic cap, too.
You don't want that leaking in the car.
You don't want that like
No.
yeah.
oh, that's hilarious.
All right.
All right. I just shot the last of mine because I just needed to be over with that one.
Kurt, you want to go? You want me to go? You
Yeah, I'll
wanna
go.
last?
I'll kick us up because I think
All right.
we have the same movie, right?
We do. And you saw it most recently, so you go for it.
I did see it. I watched it last night.
You're welcome.
Painfully so.
Painfully, it's one of the best
Gonna have
Christmas
that
movies
conversation.
ever.
I'm not gonna say it's not a good movie, but I wouldn't say it's one of the best Christmas movies out there. So somehow I got assigned National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Thank you, Natalie. Kudos to Natalie for all the
I was
assignments
like-
here.
And here's what's so funny is like when I was explaining to Liz that we were doing this, and I'm like, yeah, and I got National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. She's like, what? She's like, anyway. So I think. Well, obviously, you guys all know the story,
Tell us, Uncle
but
Kurt.
it is.
I know,
But it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Tell us,
Can I sit on your lap?
Yeah.
But it is based off of a. It says it's based off a Hughes short story called Christmas '59, which I didn't know that.
I didn't
So
know
apparently,
that.
it's rooted in another story. But the two main character, well, the one main character, obviously Chevy Chase, who's Clark Griswold, and Clark is destined to have like this amazing Christmas with the whole family in his house. So, grandparent or his parents, her parent, his wife's parents. Obviously, a cousin shows up, all the kids, so forth. So, it's a pretty funny story, but it starts from the beginning of just getting the Christmas tree, which is like the greatest part of it. I thought that was pretty funny. That part was funny, where they're traipsing out into the woods to cut down this tree, and his daughter can't even look at the tree because her eyes are frozen. But nobody seems to care, and they just keep looking at this massive tree, which then by the time they get out there, they realize that he didn't bring an axe
Yeah, Rusty's
or a
like,
saw.
Dad, did you have an axe?
Rusty's like, Dad, did you bring a saw? And he's like, and the next scene is this like big root ball off of this like 50-foot tree hanging off of the Sable station wagon, cruising down the highway. So
You guys remember, y'all know what Russ ended up doing, right?
Yeah, Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang
yeah,
Theory.
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not know. Well, it's
Ooh,
funny
look at
because
the time.
when
I gotta wash
when
the
I-
cat. I gotta.
when I saw him as in the movie, I'm like, God, he looks so familiar.
Familiar, yeah.
He's one of those kids that just looks like himself as an adult.
Yep,
but
absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, so the story goes on. Of course, they buy the tree, which is 30 feet too big for their house. And it's just like one comedic error after another through this whole damn
I'm
story.
just laughing thinking about it. when he cuts the
holds
rope,
up.
when he cuts the ropes, I know.
the kid,
Exactly.
the cinematography was fabulous.
But one of my favorite parts of the movie, the whole storyline in the movie was Dreyfus, what's her name?
Julia
Dreyfus.
Margot.
Her and her husband.
Todd.
Who were like
Todd.
these yuppie 80s couple. And they're like
yeah.
working out in their heat suits and, and so forth. And he's like wreaking havoc on these people's lives because
Where are you going to put that tree?
everything.
Bend over. I'll show you.
I'll show you. Wasn't talking to you. And then the gutter scene where he like falls off the gutter and the ice goes like through. Smashes
into
the
this,
stereo.
his Bangin'
Bangin'
Olufsen.
Olufsen. Yeah.
Oh my god. So anyway, yeah. I mean, so now talking about it, yes, it was funny, but at the time I'm like, okay, how much of this can I really take? So anyway,
you're gonna end up watching
the
it
movie.
next year.
The
too.
movie goes on. Okay, but I didn't even get to my character yet, who is cousin Eddie. So
Yes.
not only do I get
Classic.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, but then I get Christmas Eddie for my character. So Eddie shows up with his wife. And what I learned is that, so now I understand the story. So actually, Catherine, I think that's her name in the movie, Eddie's wife, Catherine, is actually Ellen's cousin.
Got it.
So the relationship is between Ellen, who is Clark's wife. Catherine is Ellen's cousin. So Eddie just comes along as the trash bags, association cousin. So so they show up in this Winnebago that you can't even tell is a Winnebago because I think it has more shit on it on the outside than it does on the inside.
There's an RV, Clark.
That there.
Oh my god. Oh, and then he's emptying the shitter into the sewer. Like, it's just so, I mean, it's classic. It's very classic. It's very funny. But cousin Eddie's a loser. And he hasn't worked for 7 years because he's waiting for management opportunities.
I just love the scene where he's wearing the dickie with the white sweater.
I
over
know.
the dickie.
Actually, that's
and
so
the white
funny.
patent shoes.
That's so funny you call that out because we were watching that scene and all of a sudden I'm like, I tapped him. I'm like, he's got a dickie on.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my god. So,
It's the best.
it is. So anyway, if you can just imagine, like yeah. I don't want to even say the term, but anyway, everything's wrong about cousin Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
okay with it too.
and he's, you know what, this is the thing that I liked about him because he just embraced who he was and he didn't give a shit.
Yep.
But I don't know if it said he didn't give a shit or he just didn't realize.
Yeah.
It was the
He's an
steel.
eternal optimist.
It was the steel plate in his head.
But yeah, that's on the left side. On the left side. If you hit me on the right, I'm okay. Over here,
Not so much.
not so much. But I love the scene when they're in Walmart and he keeps like, I mean, he was
dog
buying
food.
like bags and bags of dog food and dog food.
For snots.
And then when Clark tells him, he's like, we want your kids to have a nice Christmas. And he's like, I can't ask you to do that. And finally he's like, okay. And he's like, you know what, Clark? I want to get you something really special too. I'm just like, so anyway, yeah, it was quite the classic story. But I think here's the thing that I loved about cousin Eddie is that as much of a screw up as he was, he had a really big heart and he cared about people because when he goes over to the boss's house and kidnaps him and brings him with a big bow on.
That's the one thing he could do. That's right. Yeah.
So I think there was some sincerity there. But so yeah, that's kind of the brief of. I'll let you talk more, Dave, when you're talking about Clark himself.
Yeah.
So I bought a bottle of Blanton's for cousin Eddie, except this is not a real bottle of Blanton's. This is my infinity bottle I have at home.
It was the best you could do.
And actually, I'll be honest with you, this is the bottle that I used to just dump all the remaining liquor in that I had so that I could make bourbon cream last year for everybody. So like, I got a little bit of this, got a little bit of that. I need some bottles. And so I would serve this up to cousin Eddie because I would want him to think that he's tasting something really nice. But also know that I'm not wasting
we
something
sign
on
up
somebody
for?
like cousin Eddie.
That's awesome.
That'd be good with McKenna.
Boys,
All right. This might be
let's
really
see.
good or this might really suck.
It can't be worse.
no, I don't know about that, but so we'll see. And I'd like to tell you that I know what the composition of this is, and I'm sure there's some really good stuff in there, and I'm sure
It's
there's
only
some
bourbon
really
though,
not
right?
so good stuff. It's only bourbon, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
This isn't
and it's
like
not the non-alcoholic bourbon.
The trash can bourbon.
No, it's only
not the
good bourbon.
Go with the nose first, guys.
Those isn't terrible.
It's not bad.
So there's a cast member crossover Clark's boss was also in Scrooged.
Oh, was he really?
Brian Doyle Murphy.
Okay.
Brian Doyle Murray.
I don't think this tastes that bad.
It's got some earthy taste.
So this is the thing. See, so
Not bad.
Cousin Eddie's going to think that he's high floating drinking some good bourbon when in fact he's just getting all the scrapes from the bottom of the bottles. Probably a little bit of good, a little bit of not so good.
Yeah.
Put them together.
You get Cousin Eddie.
You get a Cousin Eddie. Oh, that's what we should call it.
Yeah. And a really bad headache tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Did you even try it?
I did. Yeah, it tastes like a dicky on the outside.
Whoa, I'm not gonna ask any more questions.
I'm not even saying it. I'm not even saying it. Thank you for putting EY on the end of that.
It was Christmas Vacation where the Mississippi Lake Hound.
Oh yeah. Every once in a while, he gets a case of that Mississippi Lake Hound.
Just his best, just best to let him finish, Clark.
Best just to let him finish.
Oh, there's so many lines out of that
There's so
movie.
many lines.
And then the boy when they
No. That didn't taste too bad.
No, Kurt, you'll be quoting it before we know it.
You will.
There's
And you'll watch
a lot
it.
of different storylines in there too,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
right? There's like the whole work and planning for the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's we're gonna go get a Christmas tree. Then there's the whole lights.
The lights.
Then there's the sledding,
Oh yeah.
which comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But there's the sledding, and
The
he's got this
spray,
special
yeah.
spray on.
I mean, that is hilarious. Then when he's in the attic, remember when he gets locked in the attic and he's sitting there with his
Wearing the moo.
watching.
Right?
And
It's
Ella
like a-
comes and
it's
she
like
pulls
a-
the door down. I know it's pretty.
It's like a
So-
string of skits.
Oh, it's totally.
Like it's just one skit to the next.
It is, but it's one of those. It's like a
so
horror
good.
movie, right? In the sense where you're kind of like, don't open the closet, right? And he's walking along. You're like, don't step on that piece of that wood. And it's like, like gets into the
So
Love it.
Clark obviously was my character.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the thing I love about him is he's a grinder. Like he doesn't give up. And like at work, you could tell he's like doing everything he can to get that bonus.
Yeah.
And then
it's a cereal company, right?
yeah,
You worked for-
it's like he was a chemist or something maybe for
Yeah.
for
He was
some
putting
kind of similar
the same coating on the sled. He was putting
Exactly.
on the cereal.
Yeah.
so
on the
it doesn't get
Frosted
soggy.
Flakes.
yeah. But
True story.
and then at
They're
home
great.
at home, is like with the light thing, he like wouldn't give up. He was just constantly digging in on it, and then on the tree, and even like going big on the tree. Like, so as I thought about like what is that character, and all of that was kind of anchored in wanting to do things like for the family, to bring the family together, which I thought was really, really cool.
Yeah.
So
Big
as I was staring at my bourbon cabinet, I literally could not think of anything, and so I saw a bottle that I wanted to drink, so I grabbed it.
All right.
And so here's my connection to it. The bottle is the Bourbon Rabbi, which is a 2-year blend.
One of my faves.
I did a little bit of research on the Rabbi, and I kind of the grinding part about Clark always trying to work to get something to happen and something to work. I saw that with the Bourbon Rabbi in terms of how he kind of got started and this interest, and going from certifying different facilities to be kosher to working in bourbon, and it all kind of started off with like lectures and tastings, and now it was blending, and then now it was, I think he's actually doing some work with distilleries to produce his own. So again, I just wanted to drink the bottle, but that was the connection that I made back to it. And then also there was a part of me that was like, all right, well, here's this rabbi. They're celebrating, Hanukkah. We're celebrating Christmas. And I could totally see Clark saying something completely inappropriate to someone of the Jewish faith about Christmas, when he should have been respectfully talking about Hanukkah. And so it was kind of like, all right, well, we'll try that. But anyways, I really want to just drink the bourbon. So
That works too. That fits.
2-year, 115 proof.
Yeah.
So
It's one of my faves.
Yeah, I was going to say Kurtron. Love this one.
Love it. Happy Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. That
There
covers
you
all
go.
bases.
there you go.
But in there a part though, like where all of us, like Clark had visions of giving his family the pool.
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
the great Christmas and all that.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not giving up. He's like, I may
No.
be doing this all alone, but
Yeah.
I'm not giving up on this. Very
I
relatable.
likes that he built a model of the pool.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do like that about his character. He just never gave up.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's a good insight.
That's your water.
Oh, that's my water. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, bud. So
Clark W. Griswold. You know, it's funny, of all the movies that they brought back or remade, they haven't touched the Lampoon series. And
Can't.
they probably know they
There's
would
probably
just
a
screw it up.
reason.
well, they don't shy away from screwing up other good movies like Ghostbusters or whatever. Not the same caliber, but
Merry Christmas, boys.
Merry
Happy Hanukkah.
Christmas.
I think they
play
should
ball.
bring National Lampoon back with
I think so too.
with Chevy Chase as the grandfather. He's coming home to his kid's house.
That would be funny.
So I guess though, when you think about that series, though, when they went to the European vacation, they were getting they had outkicked the coverage. Yeah, they were.
I remember this one being very smooth.
What's so wrong about that movie is the scene where they're going around Big Ben. Because you can't go around Big Ben.
No, right. Yeah, there's not even a
It's like,
Hey, look,
look,
kids.
kids, there's Big Ben.
Yeah,
Look, kids, there's Big Ben
Big Ben
again.
in Parliament.
Parliament.
Big Ben Parliament, right.
Yeah.
You can't go around it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm going to guess their target audience still doesn't know.
Now they're like, crap.
I think that's a safe.
I
That's a safe
wonder
bet.
if Cousin Eddie knows that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this is my favorite.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You're just
Ever?
saying that because I like it.
No,
Or
seriously.
you just want to drink it.
This is
Yeah.
really good.
I like it.
I like it.
We got to work on it a little bit more, I guess. Kurt, you'd be proud. I've been drinking a lot of stuff with ice.
Really?
I've gotten kind of into the ice now.
Getting soft
Wow.
Yeah.
Getting soft.
in your old age.
Yeah, well, yeah, a little bit.
Not this time of year. This was the time of year to put the ice away.
Yeah, I've just stopped recently. It's
So,
good. It's good.
We've covered
Working on
some solid Christmas movies. Is there one in your library, your repertoire that kicks off the season? Like, I have to see this. This is the one that puts me in the spirit.
Yep.
Go ahead. What do you got?
White Christmas.
Nice.
You
Half
already-
of it's about Christmas, half about the war.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sisters.
Sisters. No, I think one of my favorite songs in that is the theater. The theater.
Choreography.
What happened to the theater?
It's another strange
It's
one. You're like,
choreography.
what is this? Yeah. I love it. All right, Crack.
I've seen it a few times.
I'm with you.
I
That's
love
on my
that
list.
movie. I love that movie because here's what I love about that movie. One, I mean, come on, Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
I mean, the cast in that show was amazing.
Top shelf.
Amazing. Yeah. And it's just it's like the playfulness of it, and like I don't know, it just was a time, I think, that would have been really great to live in.
100%.
Just to, like, you know, when they went to see the two girls sing, like that whole, like, to go to a place like that, like,
Oh, in
would have
Miami?
been so amazing.
Yeah.
Like, just to be in an environment like that. And I don't know, it's just such a good movie, and the meaning behind the movie, right? And all the
Yeah.
misunderstandings, and I don't know, it's just a good show.
It is a classic.
Yeah. Mutual.
I'm sure.
Crud, you've seen it.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
In our house, it's White Christmas is
Yeah.
probably one of the most popular.
Yeah.
The girls just, I mean, every Christmas we all sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
Elf, crazy
Yes.
strong.
Oh, love
Yeah.
Elf.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Grinch. So
Which
Okay.
one?
Jim Carrey.
Okay.
Oh.
And then the one we just talked about, Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So out of the four of those, for me, it's probably the Grinch. It's just a fun, cool
That makes
story.
sense.
Yeah.
I think Whoville is like just a crazy thing to.
You got a
I
thing
don't
for
know.
Cindy Lou Who?
That's a little creepy. That's a little creepy.
I'm asking you.
No, I mean, it's just. I don't know what it is about the Grinch. I just
Yeah.
love the Grinch. I think it's fun.
That's a good
Yeah.
story. It's
I think
fun.
it's fun.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, but yeah, White Christmas again.
Yeah.
high on the list of the credits.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I wonder on the Grinch story, because I mean it is very similar to the Scrooge story, the
yeah.
Christmas Carol. I'm assuming, and I've never looked at it, I'm assuming the author references that he drafted off Charles Dickens' story. I don't know.
Dr. Seuss?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know how he wouldn't. I mean, I guess he's not visited by Christmas ghost, so he just...
It's just a grumpy son of a bitch.
Yeah, but he just reckoned. What's his pivot point? What changed? I'm trying to remember.
As a kid, he was like completely different, right? And then the shaving incident, I think, was the one that really kind of.
Well, what spins it back around?
And that's a new angle in the live action.
Yeah. What's turned him around, I think, was Cindy Lou Who, right? Who went up to the mountain and basically
it was important to reach out to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like after they totally embarrassed him.
Okay.
So.
Been a while. Just such a good feeling movie.
Is your heart growing?
My heart is growing. Very good.
Oh,
very good.
Nice. Very nice.
Not quite as hot as Tune, but close.
Close. So for me, the movie that kicks off the season is Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
I do like Elf as well, but Christmas Vacation is the one that kicks it off. The one that's the family, let's all get together and watch this, is It's a Wonderful Life.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
That's a great
So
one.
good.
So that was one when you really turn it up with the kids. And
who was the character, the angel? What was his name?
Clarence.
Clarence. Clarence.
Yeah.
That is a great movie.
That is it.
Yeah.
That's
Little love story.
Yeah.
Coming out of a hole.
Selfless, always giving up a little bit. Yeah.
So Jimmy Stewart's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he was a hell of a guy.
Yeah.
He's a guy I'd like to have a drink with.
Yeah. Yep.
So
could be a nice long one.
Yep.
Derek.
I've got a lot of the similar ones. And the funny thing is, no one wants to watch these with me. So it's a very lonely Christmas. I think as a family, Elf, checks off a lot of boxes. It's fun, moves along.
Watch out for the yellow ones. They'll stop.
Watch out for the ones.
Watch out for the yellow ones. They'll stop.
Yeah.
I love It's a Wonderful Life and White Christmas. Those are like my top two. No one will watch them with me, as I mentioned. And then
you come over.
Growing up, we watched Albert Finney in Scrooged the musical, 1970.
Yeah.
And know that thing forward and backward. So that's always been like, growing up, that was our kickoff to Christmas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then all the claymations.
Yeah.
I love the claymations.
Yeah.
Oh
Burl Ives and Frosty and Rudolph.
As a kid, that is what kicked it off for me.
For sure.
That was appointment viewing when we were kids. Remember?
Yeah.
Sunday, Rudolph's
8
being on
o'clock.
Sunday night. Yeah. Can I stay up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Right.
So Christmas Chronicles. Has anybody watched Christmas Chronicles?
No, sir.
You should watch it. It's with Kurt Russell.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a good story, and it's a good story because it tells the story through the eyes of a brother and sister, a brother who doesn't believe, a sister who crazy believes in modern day, and Kurt Russell plays the Santa. And it's really good.
Oh, I just remember two more. Family Man. Nicolas Cage.
Oh, wow.
He
can't watch Nicolas Cage.
Raising Arizona? What are you talking about?
Yeah, you got to come on, Kurt. Family Man with Nicolas Cage and Taya Leone.
Taya Leone, yeah.
Who I might have a massive crush on. Anyways,
Don Cheadle. He's in there.
And so he you got to watch it. It's fantastic. So he's this guy that at some point in his, I don't want to give it away, but
it's okay.
He makes a decision. He makes a decision about his career, and he goes down that road. And then I guess at some point or other he wakes up, and he is in a different life.
Oh,
and so it's very similar. It's similar to the Jimmy Stewart movie. It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
But it's about him making this career decision change and the impact that it had. But it is definitely worth watching. And then the other one, it's called A Family Man. Yeah. And then the other one is The Holiday.
That sounds that sounds very Hallmarkish.
It's right on the nose.
That's
no.
not Jack Black, is it?
Jack Black is in it.
Oh, okay. All right.
As well as Carmen Diaz and
Cameron Diaz and Jude Law.
And Jude Law.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Kate Winslet.
Yeah,
that is that one is a good movie.
I love that movie.
Big cast.
Total chick flick, but just gets me at the core. It's a good one.
Put on your slippers and.
Oh yeah. Come on, get a half-gallon ice cream.
Just your slippers.
Yeah, that's all I need.
What else would you want?
I'll watch it alone.
That's right.
All right,
So-
who watches Hallmark movies?
I've not seen a Hallmark
Oh, I
movie.
love Hallmark movies.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Did you watch the Bill Moore Christmas?
I did
this
not.
year?
I did not watch that yet.
That's a good one.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's. Hey, I bet you could guess the plot. No, I do love a good Hallmark movie. I mean, it's like
I love a little more.
there's always a happy ending.
Thank you.
Okay.
So it's like, why?
That's fair.
there's
You know it's coming.
You know it's coming.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can pretty much piece it
Oh,
together.
you can piece it together when the movie starts. You're like, okay, he's gonna end up with her, and they're gonna.
Yeah.
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 I'll have to try
they're
one.
always so good, though.
Yeah. So
I've
So on
watched
the
two
flip
at a time,
side-
actually.
on the flip side, Christmas movie that remember, I think this was the first time it maybe ever happened. I'm not sure. TBS ran it for 24 hours straight.
Oh no.
A Christmas Story.
I do not like
hate
that
that
movie.
movie.
Oh, is that the one with the kid and the
Yeah.
Ralphie?
Ralph. Oh, I hate that
you'll
movie.
shoot your eye out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Licking light poles and
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing redeeming about that movie.
I wanted to smack that kid.
The only scene that I like in that movie is at the very end. I remember we watched it once because we're like, okay, so when we lived in Jersey, a good friend of ours, he was a fanatic about this movie. And to the point where his wife bought him the lamp and they would put it up in the window every year.
How did I forget that?
Yeah.
Christmas
And but it just hilarious. But anyway, we're
Must
like
be Italian.
okay, we'll watch it. We'll watch it once. No, he wasn't Italian.
No,
Prestigious award.
I remember the lamp. It must be
Chile.
Italian. It's for Chile.
For Chile.
Forgot about that.
And but
Fragile.
we're watching this movie and all of us were just like, okay, could this be any stupider? And then the next scene would come and you're like, okay, yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah, they managed it. Yeah.
It was, but then when they were in the Chinese restaurant and the fa ra 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 ra, it's like,
So
when
good.
he's like, he cuts off the neck of the goose.
That is so good.
Yeah.
I've heard that she didn't know. They didn't tell her that the goose was coming out with a full neck.
Oh, really?
That was actually her like real reaction was, oh shit. Yeah.
Edit.
Just look at my- So my buddy Tom is in 2 Hallmark movies. I'm not sure if
way.
you've seen them. First one is Christmas Connection, and the second is Rise and Shine Benedict Stone. 2 Christmas Hallmark movies.
Nope.
Haven't seen either one.
Yeah.
Oh, from what year?
2021
Oh,
and
recent.
2017.
Okay, they're timeless. So
They are. They all,
a great
they all take
response.
place in the same place. Different names, but they all take place in the same place.
They're timeless. You're on fire.
I do. Yeah.
Oh.
So good.
Oh, God.
Well, boys, another great year in the bag.
Another great
my
year in the barrel.
yes,
Lots
Christmas.
of laughs. Lots of stuff to be thankful for.
So much so.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate us getting together and doing this. This one was one long last call, but
Yeah.
it was a good one.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Good and two.
I want input to the next one.
You got it, brother. You can have more than that.
Yeah.
Kurt, I'm impressed that your bottle actually tasted halfway decent.
It actually tasted pretty good. I was impressed.
I'm just excited we got you to watch Christmas Vacation.
I know.
In the words of Tiny Tim, God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Bourbon On.
Bourbon on.